Hey everyone, how you guys doing today? This is gonna be another short one. Um, After the last one, I had some stuff going on personally, so I'm still doing it the same day, but it just had a much larger break than expected between doing the last one and this one. I was hoping like, oh, I'd do some cool stuff and come back to this video like um, while I'm in the middle of a flow, rather than doing it right from the beginning like last time, but that's what I'm going to do. And it's also pretty late, and I just didn't want the day to end without doing a little bit more on this, which is why I'm trying this method of recording this video and trying to push myself to get through it. So, the last one came here, we created this app, we tried to launch it, and we screwed up. Over here, I believe over here, if we go, can you see the log somewhere? All logs. Um, Upgrade now. Uh, your free instance will spin down with inactivity, which can delay requests by 50 seconds or more. Okay. I don't really care about that. Live trials. Copy logs, clear logs. How do I force this to build again? Manual deploy. Let me hit deploy latest commit. Right? Because I just want to see the logs again. I know what the issue was. I remember there was like some settings, but I just wanted to be able to see it again. Primarily so I can check out, and actually I should probably move myself over here because I feel like there's buttons and stuff that keep getting in the way, and I don't think anything's really getting in the way over here. Build successful, but actually probably not, because if I recall correctly, it just crashes out. Boom. Module not found. Throw error. Cannot find module express. Right, so we need to change the settings of the app as per in the test webhook. So we need to change the build command, the start command, and we need to add verify token, which I had already guessed, but I was like, whatever. E.g. vibe code. Vibe code is a verify token. That's such a dumb verify token. Someone wrote this kind of recently, I guess. Okay, so coming back over here, go in the settings, branch main. Oh, that's what that was. Get credentials, directory, build command. Okay, so build command is, what is the build command? Build command is npm install express. Okay. Fair enough. Edit. Save changes. And then just stick with node app.js. Add the variable verify token and set it to a string of your choice. I'm just going to use vibe code. I've already created that environment variable if I recall correctly. I'm just gonna double check again. Command F env. Oh, manage environment. There you go. Alright, edit. Vibe code. Save, build, and redeploy. Alrighty. And now, if we go to the logs, we should see the logs listening on port 10,000. Good enough. When you're done, click deploy your web service button. This allows you to test your service is live. Yep, it is right here. App WA is live. Upgrade your workspace to collaborate with your team. Pro workspaces also get 14-day log retention, horizontal auto scaling, and more. Whatever. If I want to go down that route, I'd just get Azure or whatever. Sorry if I'm sounding super low energy. It is a bit late. Copy or deploy test webhook app URL, which is displayed at the top of the page under your GitHub repo name. If you view URL, you'll get a 403 error, which is expected. Step 3, add your test webhook app URL to your meta app. Okay. Boom, boom. Just 502 bad gateway. Fair enough. Available at your primary URL. Okay, let's copy that URL. Let's go over Shmail. Where do I go? Shit, my brain is not functioning really well. I think let's just clear all of these out because that's polluting my mind space. I'm just gonna save it. Call it stuff. Just gonna open a new tab. I think I need to go to the app dashboard. App development with Meta. I don't want to switch to the tab group, but I do want to go to the app, to the page, I mean. Alright, let's just do it. I don't care. Alrighty. You know what? I'm just gonna Cloud API test webhook app WhatsApp. Let's see if test webhook app WhatsApp Cloud API. That's the page I was on. So we're just gonna get back there. Go over here. Go over here. It's probably terrible security to just use the same one, but it's all good. Okay, so vibe code is the thing. Now where do I go? Deploy web service. Okay, so I go to the app dashboard. View details. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go to the quick start on WhatsApp really quickly first. Because I remember it was in the start using the API thing, there was an option there. I'm pretty sure I could get to it just by going through webhooks here or just going to configure directly. In fact, yeah, let me just go to configuration directly because this will just create another temporary access token. Yeah, okay. So now is when I need on render. Dashboard. Test webhook QA. Copy, log, callback URL. Actually, I am going to use a different thing than vibe code and 1 2 3 4 5 because that's what I set up earlier. Because I might be ending up using this for not forever, but for some time, and I don't want this blowing up out of nowhere. So yeah, peace for like a split second for you guys, a little bit longer for me because I'm just gonna pause this while I put in a verified token I feel comfortable with. Hey everyone, welcome back. Just saying, good practice. Always use, like, I'm just using the generic built-in to Apple passwords. I don't know if there's a system-specific one for Windows that's built in. I think there's something built into many Linux systems, but either way, you can get something like this, and I very strongly recommend it. There's services, there's free apps. I'm sure there's like probably a free app out there that just like completely blows it out of the water compared to anything else, and it's just like got a shitty interface or whatever. But the default Mac one's pretty nice, and I'm sure there's a bunch of really nice ones that are user friendly as well. But like, uh, get like a password manager. It's very simple, and the thing is, you don't just save passwords. You can save all kinds of things. I'm not gonna. I think I didn't mouse over it. So if someone wanted to be frame perfect, maybe they could catch it. I hope not. Um, but having this way, like, your stuff is secure, and it's like, and also you won't forget it later on, right? And you won't misplace it, especially when you're working on a personal project. Like, oh, where did I put that key again? And like putting it in plain text or whatever. It's like, take a moment longer and don't just put it in plain text. Just like put it somewhere else. I have, and this is something I've been guilty about till about like 2 months ago. I had like a bunch of really important tokens that were just lying around in my Apple Notes. I'm like, that's probably not the best idea. So yeah, I switched to this system, and I recommend you do too. Anyways, I'm gonna close that. Moving back to this, I hit verify and save, and it said webhook verified, but then I got confused because over here. Oh, never mind. It is here. Okay. So basically, after I did the verify and save, and then I came and checked here, and it says webhook verified. What happened was basically it redirected me to, I think, this page. Open link in new tab, webhooks. Yeah, it redirected me to this page, and then when I came back into configuration, I see this. Jesus Christ, this is a lot. I don't know what all of these are. Okay, flows, history, account alerts. Um, let's just start with the simplest one and hit messages. Successfully subscribed to the messages on version v23. What does that do here? Nothing. So now let's try something. I'm gonna pause the recording again because I'm gonna pull up my WhatsApp. Hey, so yeah, I just wanted to get this pulled up. I could have done it on my Mac, but I decided to do the iPhone mirroring thing because I'm like, okay, I can just focus in on the chat, and it is kind of nice to have that here. So I'm just gonna say, hey, over here, send this off. Let's see if it shows up. No. Oh, it does. Okay. Webhook received, object, WhatsApp business account, entry, ID, changes, value, messaging product, WhatsApp, display phone number, phone number ID, contacts. So this is my phone number. Contacts, profile name, Vishesh Serene, WAID 9710. Okay. Don't focus on that. That's my phone number. This is so hard. I should get like an editor or something. I mean, no one's watching, but someday someone's watching, and this is not going to be good for me. Or maybe no one will ever watch. Who knows what happens? My number's right there in the middle of the screen again. This is bad. Field messages. Yeah, where's the HWY? Oh yeah, I did say HWY. Bummer. So basically, it's connected. It's working. That's all there is. And yeah, that was pretty straightforward. Um, I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to do this without revealing my number when it comes to filming future videos. Or just say pretty please, like, hey, please don't call me. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Uh, I don't want to spend the time editing these videos. We'll see what happens. I think we're just gonna call this video here. Um, we could continue. We could continue. Let's see what else is up here. I think we got this working, right? Is there anything else we got to really do? Send a test message. Subscribed. Send test messages to your test will confirm that appears. Troubleshooting if the test message does appear in the render app dashboard log. Confirm that you successfully added your test webhook app URL to your meta app. Step 3. Confirm that your app is subscribed to the messages webhook field. Okay. How to, because I don't want to have to like deploy to a cloud environment to just test this integration. What I want to know is how I could add a callback URL to like just like my machine. And I'm sure there'd be a way to do that, maybe with a static IP or something. And I don't know how to set up a static IP. WA webhook callback URL to local machine. You need to expose your local server to using a tunneling service. This is because WhatsApp and other external services cannot directly access your local host address. Yeah, makes sense. Using a common tunneling tool like ngrok, set up your local server, create a local application example using Node.js, Python, or another language that can listen for incoming HTTP post requests on a specific port. Okay, that part's easy. I already have that with my FastAPI thing. Install and run a tunneling service example ngrok. Okay. Download and install ngrok from its official website. Open your terminal command on ngrok specifying the port. You can navigate to the directory where you installed ngrok, run ngrok specifying the port your local service hosting on. For example, if your server is on port 3000. ngrok. Alright, let's see what ngrok is. I think that would be a good stopping point for this video. Just because I really want to, because that would just make development easier, and then I can just be like, oh yeah, boom, 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 boom. And then I can just ignore render altogether, and I can start experimenting with PyWA. PyWA, that's the best way I can call it, PyWA. PYWA, I don't know, Pi WhatsApp. Because clearly Meta themselves have given up on the official SDK due to shifting priorities. Okay. For instant secure connectivity anywhere, public or private, dish infrastructure headaches, and enjoy building software again. ngrok isn't just thousands rely on it daily to instantly serve critical applications and APIs across clouds, on-prem, and customer or partner networks without the headache of complex infrastructure. Site-to-site connectivity. Never ask customers to open ports on the firewall. Access apps. Okay. Docs. Yeah, let's check the quick start docs. Ephemeral tunnels that connect your locally running apps to the internet through the ngrok cloud service. Common use cases include granting remote access to it. Oof, an ngrok account. Okay, let's actually just check Stack Overflow and see what they say. Ultrahook.com. You can get an API key for free and the tool creates a tunnel from a public URL to your computer. This is from the FAQs. Ooh. Well, that makes this even easier. If this thing is still running around, because this is 9 years ago. Okay. Receive webhooks on localhost. Uh, okay, this is free. This is insane. Get started. How does this thing make money? There is no FAQ. Oh, there is an FAQ. What is Ultra Hook? Simplest way to receive webhooks beyond for the web by services when certain events are triggered. Why should I use Ultra Hook? It gives persistent public endpoints in a private namespace. It works everywhere. You can make a public HTTPS connection. It's free. How does Ultra Hook? Download an Ultra Hook client on your computer. It connects to Ultra Hook servers in the cloud and creates a tunnel from a public endpoint on our servers to your computer. Any HTTP post requests sent to the public endpoint will be sent through the tunnel and delivered to a private endpoint accessible from your computer. Receives HTTP at its public endpoint and then serializes the request into a custom format and sends them to a connected client where it's deserialized and delivered to a private endpoint. Communication between client and servers over a persistent unidirectional inbound streaming HTTPS connection. Will I be able to receive requests when I'm not connecting Ultra Hook? Does not cache requests. Can I use Ultra Hook to share my dev environment? No Ultra Hook. Okay. So what is it? Solves one very simple problem. It makes it super easy to receive webhooks behind a firewall. It does this with minimal overhead and a little fuss. I hope that just means like I can also open up my thing as this guy says over here. But I'm curious how this works, because like how is this completely free? What platform does currently the client is available as a Ruby gem? It'll run on any platform that can run Ruby. How do I install the Ultra Hook client? Can be installed from rubygems.org as follows. How do I use the Ultra Hook client? Source hosting, an optional API key can be provided, although the API key is an optional program, it's still required. It can either be provided on the command line or in the Ultra Hook API key environment variable or via config file. The config file can be set up as follows: echo blah 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 Ultra Hook. The destination format is quite flexible, and any of the following are acceptable and will resolve the address in parentheses. Where do I can sign up for an account and the API key? We don't really have any form of account management yet, so all we're really doing is associating a namespace and your API key with the email address. If you lose your API key, use this form to get it resent. If your API key, the API key gives you exclusive namespace. All endpoints you create will be subdomains under your own namespace. Okay, what's an Ultra Hook namespace? Your account is associated. What do I do? Okay, so this seems like a dev who just made a thing, but like, what the fuck is enchant? Is this all? Our customer-centered products help to provide AI-powered support, personal touch, omni-channel inbox, knowledge-based messenger. Okay, I don't understand what this thing does. Some sort of tech services company. Watch demos. They have an inbox. Collaborative drafts. Okay, they have a bunch of stuff, and I guess this is like marketing for that other thing. I'm not sure. Doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty decent actually. Let's see if it gets the job done. Home. Get started now. serene.vishesh@gmail.com. Use strong. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna redo that. Let me pause the recording. Alrighty, so I did change the password. I'm not gonna hover over it. We're gonna hit. I normally don't do this, but I set up the email me thing because I'm like, how's this thing free? And I'm just curious. I might unsubscribe later. Sign me up. Let's do this. Namespace is already taken. All right, that's fine. Industries. Can I do underscore? Now I'll just do hyphen. For now, sign me up. Oops, okay, let's try that again. Namespace is invalid. Let's see if underscore works. Namespace is still invalid, okay. Camel case? SNS Industries? Oh, I keep forgetting about the stupid reCAPTCHA. God damn, now it's gonna make me do crosswalks. Verify. Sign me up. Thank you. I should have hidden this as well, god damn it. Right. I didn't even think about that. It's exposed! I'm exposed! I'm gonna try and figure out like blurring stuff out, I guess, from now on, because this cannot stand really. Command C. Yeah. Oops. Update password. Yes. Let's save the API key. And ultra hook API key. serene.vishesh@gmail.com. Save. I mean, it's already visible to you guys, so might as well do that. Hopefully I'll figure out how to blur videos in an easy, efficient manner before I upload this one. Alright, let's move on. Okay. How do I work this? SNV Ultra Hook Stripe FAQ. How do I? It's available as a Ruby gem, yeah? Okay. Install Ruby gems on Mac. I'm not sure how this works. Yeah, probably. I'm down with that. Brew update to install Ruby. And one more variant is to use brew gem. Just copy paste from the documentation. Okay. So there's a couple of different options here, and I think we have made progress on what our options are right now. Should I end the video here? I'm a bit tired, but I think I can do some more. I'm gonna pause the video and check on my wife and stuff, and maybe I'll just end the video here. But I'm just gonna make sure she's asleep. Maybe grab a little bit something to drink, and get back to you, or maybe I won't. We will see. Have a good one, just in case I don't get back. Okay, so let's keep moving on. Hey, I hate this sign in Google thing. Why would I use... This seems like enticing because it seems what I want. Like, I just want to use this as a one-off tool. Rather than installing Ruby and setting up an environment manager. BrewGem. Okay. Let's see. BrewGem install gems as homebrew formulas. BrewGem allows you to install any Ruby gem as a homebrew formula. It works by generating a stub formula for homebrew, which looks something like this. This formula installs and unpacks all dependencies under the seller path. So the package. Oh, I'm having fun now. So the pack is completely self-contained. Dependencies. This requires a system RubyGem version of 2.3 or greater. There is a bug prior to 2.3 that doesn't install the full dependency tree properly when you use. Is this supported? 2 weeks ago? Yeah, okay. Four branches. I feel like this is someone's hobby project, I guess. I am tempted. Okay, these are dangerous operations. I would not run this if I were you, because this is fixing seller Ruby some path, and whenever someone who runs this, and this is 1 year and 6 months ago, that may not be the path. There might be a newer version, right? And they've just exported that as a string. So if you just copy paste it, that's not very helpful. So be careful and make sure you try to understand what's actually going on. Now, this wouldn't have been particularly terrible, but yeah, it would have caused an issue. However, I suggest using an environment manager for Ruby. See, this is why I don't like this guy's code. This is exactly why. Is BrewGem reliable? I'm just gonna... Ruby Gems and Homebrew are both package managers. Ruby Gems was created for the express purpose of installing gems, whereas Homebrew is a more general tool which can build, install, and manage different software packages, including gems. Homebrew is tied to... You know what? Ultra Hook Brew? Let me just check in a terminal. Brew, search, Ultra Hook. Brew --h. Oh. What in the hell is going on here? Okay. Clear. Brew dash H. Error retrieving current directory. Oh. Okay, I see what's going on. Because I had a directory that was, how do I put this? I had a directory wherein, um, which I had two videos in, because a couple of videos, not a couple of videos, actually quite a few videos ago for you guys who are watching now, but a couple of videos ago in terms of when I am speaking, because um, I just published it recently because I'm several videos ahead at this point. Like I think 13, like a couple of weeks worth of videos at least. Um, I so I had to fuse two different videos I recorded because one was very short, and then I added it to the next one because they were essentially the same video, and I just had to end the recording for some reason in between. Um, and so I was in a directory that I had trashed earlier, and it just opened up in that directory instead of at root, which doesn't make sense. But I'm guessing that's a settings thing that I could change up here. Um, anyways, ls dash a. Okay, brew dash h. Okay, clear. Let me just do brew dash h again. See what my options are. Yeah, brew search ultra hook. Casks ultra copier. Nope. Brew search brew gem. Brew gem is a formula that was found. I don't understand what the difference is between a formulae and a cask. Difference between formula and cask, because I've never actually dived too deep into brew. I was a bit better with apt when I used to use Ubuntu. Difference between a formula and cask brew. Okay. Brew is originally a tool to install command line programs. Cask is a way to manage GUI-based macOS apps via Brew. Okay. Personally use Brew to install, update, and install command line developer tools, and never felt a need to manage my GUI apps using Brew. I guess that Brew could be useful if you, example, have a install script that sets up apps on Macs, but this only seems useful if you frequently switch Macs or if you set up a lot of Macs, I guess. Yeah. All right. So that's question number one answered, but I want to know, why is Ruby used as behind the project preferred, but does Ruby offer some benefit when working on macOS with respect to other popular languages? So why not use classical Mac languages like Objective-C and Swift? Objective-C and Swift need to be compiled. Ruby does not. Moreover, not every machine is going to have the Xcode tools installed to compile those languages, whereas every Mac has Ruby and Python pre-installed. Also, because it's a scripting language, it can be updated very easily by simply replacing the script with no further post-processing needed. Think about how difficult and tedious it would be to install new gems if you had to compile them every time. Moreover, something like Homebrew also runs on Linux, so instead of having to maintain multiple versions, if you choose to ship pre-compiled binaries, you can simply have one script to manage and deploy. Okay, that's still not answering my question. Of course, you shouldn't use the system Ruby. I get that. All right, let me just look into the BrewGem documentation and see. I can honestly uninstall it, hopefully. Check system Ruby Mac version Mac 2.6 point something, and I don't think where the hell is it? BrewGem. BrewGem, where did you go? Yeah, over here, so I don't need to do this. It works by generating a stub formula for Homebrew, which looks something like this. Install. There are two ways to install via Homebrew or via Ruby Gems. Usually the Ruby Gems release will track ahead of the Homebrew recipe. So to receive the latest features, I'd rather just use Brew. Warning: if you previously installed BrewGem with Homebrew, the Ruby Gems install method will fail. Run Brew, unlink BrewGem, or Brew uninstall BrewGem first. Okay. BrewGem install Heroku. BrewGem, Homebrew Ruby. Install using Brew. Homebrew Ruby. Install using a Brew installed Ruby. Okay. All right, I am just gonna add a note and just dive in rather than killing myself on this. I'm gonna pause before I launch my notes because I have some personal stuff in there sometimes. And okay, what are we doing here? BrewGem installed BrewGem for, I was gonna install it for UltraHook, basically. For UltraHook. Test out connecting outside world with inside world. I don't know. Test out connecting outside world with inside world. I just want to log it somewhere so that if I'm uninstalling BrewGem, I'm like, why did I do this? What is that? Just, I don't know. Maybe it's not even important for me to write it down, but I'm going to. I get a bit nervous sometimes when I go for the terminals. So, brew install BrewGem. Let's do it. Auto updating Homebrew makes sense. I feel like Brew is super slow. I remember apt being quite a bit faster, but maybe that's me. $35 outdated formula, Jesus Christ. Wait, MariaDB drop-in replacement for MySQL. Okay. MariaDB is pre-installed. When the flip did I install all? Oh, these are new formulae. I have 35 outdated formulae installed. Okay, so these are new formulae available. Uh, Homebrew glib from config open SSL C certificates unbound GNU TLS. Okay. All right. It seems like BrewGem is installed. Okay. Now to get UltraHook, coming back here. No, not like that. Where's BrewGem? Wait. First, let me just close these. And close ngrok as well. Mac OS. Let's go to his page. Okay, and just BrewGem install like normal. So okay, let's just do that. BrewGem install UltraHook. Let me actually see if I can search first. BrewGem-H. BrewGem search-H. BrewGem install. Wait, did I have to do something else? Let me just double check before I try doing something stupid. This I didn't need to do because I was already at 2.6. Squad system should be version greater than 2.3. That's fine. Via homebrew, brew install BrewGem. Usage, BrewGem install blah, BrewGem blah blah blah. BrewGem upgrade. Okay, let's do BrewGem info. UltraHook. See if we can fetch some info. Okay. Okay, let's just go for it. BrewGem install UltraHook. BrewGem install UltraHook. BrewGem install UltraHook. Let's try. Let's see what happens. BrewGem gem UltraHook. I hope this is not like some shady hacker thing, UltraHook, where like it's set up by spies of foreign nations to just collect info from unsuspecting developers. I wouldn't even put it out of reach. I also wouldn't be deeply surprised if this is just like a dev who's like, hey, we were just keeping this tool open for everyone. Yeah, go for it. That'd be crazy. Oof. No document, no wrapper. Okay. Error installing UltraHook gem JSON requires Ruby version. The current Ruby version is 2. Okay. Okay. Let me see if, because I definitely want to Okay, so there's a way to use dash dash homebrew Ruby. I saw that somewhere. Yeah, over here. But for that, I need to have a brew installed version of Ruby, which I remember from the Stack Overflow. I can just do brew install Ruby if I remember accurately. Nope, not that one. This one? Nope. Uh, this is harder than expected. I mean, okay, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, I think I could just do brew install Ruby. Let me just do brew search Ruby. I'm just gonna go brew install Ruby. Screw it, just get whatever the newest one is. Hopefully. Oh. To reinstall. Okay. I'll just use homebrew Ruby then. Oh, we're done. Okay, now what do we do? Alright, going back to the UltraHook key. How do I use the UltraHook client? Actually, let's just do UltraHook dash dash help. Let's see if, oh boy. Kernel hash require cannot load such file. Oh man. I had a feeling something like this might happen. You know, maybe I should start using VMs more or something like that. Or a headless like Arch Linux kind of thing where I just have a bunch of package managers installed so I can test stuff out, but that wouldn't, I don't know if that would work really. Kernel require. Okay. Okay. Subdomain. Okay. ultra hook dash key passwords. Yeah, copied. Space F and space subdomain. Let's just say GitHub for now, and then do 5,000. Yeah, okay. It wasn't. It's just screwing up. It's just not properly installed, I think. Ruby dash V. Ruby 3 dash V. Root search. Okay. First, let's just uninstall this. Ultra hook. I think that should work. Let's just make sure. Yeah, no command found. Okay. I think it's that I need Ruby 2.0 and this is using Ruby 3.0. Brew search Ruby. Brew install Ruby 2.7. Okay, maybe I should have listened to that first guy. Just look some guidance up on Ruby builds. Okay. I'm just gonna install it. It seems mucho good. And then you need to install the latest Ruby build. Okay. RBENV. I think I'm gonna do this proper. Get a okay. Seems like we are in the clear here. RBENV. Let's do both. before I do that, let me just check which version of UltraHook was needed. So Ruby build seems to be installing Ruby, and RBENV helps you manage different installations of Ruby. So I'm assuming RBENV uses our Ruby build as a command line tool that simplifies installation of any Ruby version from any Unix-like system. Got it. And brew install RBENV. Got it. Okay. Which one? What? What is happening? How did this happen this time? Nope. Why is it defaulting to using the homebrew Ruby? ls-a. I bet there's a .ultrahook something something over here. Cat.gem. I see a cat.gem. cd.gem plus cat specs cd specs. No, let's do ls-a first. Okay, cd specs ls-a cat rubygems.org cd ruby ls cat latest. Oh Jesus. Okay, this is just insanity. Brew gem uninstall UltraHook. Okay. Okay. Let me UltraHook. So that's not helpful. UltraHook. Oh wait, let me just search UltraHook. Command shift comma period. There you go. Cache config ipython.local bin share state, matplotlib, npm, Red Hat, Streamlit, VS Code, ZSH sessions. It didn't automatically update my ZSHRC. Okay. See, this is why I was afraid. I should have just gone through the official route. I should have just struggled through installed Ruby. And now there's an ultrahook config somewhere. And I have no idea where. You know what? Let me try again and follow the path it installs to. Okay. Fetching downloads, fetching BrewGem, gems, gem ultrahook, ultrahook from gem source, ultrahook 1.0.1 cannot verify integrity, installing, okay, opt homebrew, opt ruby bin gem. Install user swag master library caches. Then 5 seconds. No outdated dependence to upgrade. Okay, let's just try and get a location. Okay, oh wait, not this one, this one. So library, where is it in library? Caches. That should be here. Homebrew. A B C D E F G H homebrew. Ultrahook. Oh man. Open with text edit. Oh, okay, that's useless. Oh, this is an actual document. This isn't the alias. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Okay. Let's say I move this to trash. Okay. So the other place to go is in OPT. Open a new tab. Macintosh HD, OPT, Homebrew, Cask Cellar, Gem Ultrahook 1.0.1. Okay. Let's just keep this highlighted over here and see what happens. Uninstall. Is it because I'm reusing the terminal session? Okay, let me just delete this too. Oh crap, my thing's about to die. Because it failed that first time, and now it keeps using it. Installing. And that doesn't make much sense to me as to why it failed the first time, but now it doesn't. And I'm sure there's some downstream consequence as to why I am unable to use UltraHook. So I feel like I have failed right now, and I really should not have done this. The whole brew gem UltraHook thing, because now I'm concerned that whatever this thing has done is screwed it up so that I won't be able to use RBENV. But then again, it is an environment manager. Screw it. I think this video is going to end once I get what's going on with get UltraHook working. RBENV install 2.7.2. See if this works. Hope it does. Okay, how else do I use RBENV? Shell completions. Yeah, I get it. I'm not a huge fan of this, but I just really want to use this UltraHook search thing so I can fucking practice working. Or maybe I should just give up and just use ngrok. I don't know. Maybe I'm going down a deep dark path for no reason. Man, this is slow. Fish completion script. Fish itself and is not maintained by the RBENV project. Okay, yeah, no, I have Ruby build and RBENV installed. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something funkadelic to make sure I use RBENV because I have to like set it in some directory. No, I don't want this as the new default. No. Okay, I am gonna do something weird. ls-a. I'm just gonna clear ls-a. Make dir dot uh cd dot us what is it? How RBENV ls-a RBENV local dot local 2.7.2 plus ls-a cat.ruby version. Okay. Set a Ruby version. So alternatively, you can download and compile Ruby manually as a subdirectory install. Select a Ruby version for your project using RBNB local, for example, then proceed to install gems as you normally would. Okay. Gem install. Ultra hook. Jesus. This feels bad. The fact that it's just frozen. I don't know what. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Why is it using 2.6.0? It should be using 2.7.2. Of course I don't have write permissions for Ruby Gems 2.6. That's a system Ruby. Also, note, you should not use sudo to install typically Ruby under your home directory and the startup way. You don't have error on, it's likely your system Ruby still glow. Change with RBNV global version and try again. Where gems are being installed. How to install after RBNV local. I don't know. Does not install this, huh? Okay. Here's when you are in that directory. RBNV gem install. Install RBNV install -l. So many. Huh? Why is 2.7.2? Oh, capital L for -local. We just hit -h. Oh, for the current shell. Ooh. For the current shell sessions, that's actually even better. Armdir.uh. Let's clear that. Ruby local. Ruby. Oh, not Ruby. Sorry. RBNV global. RBNV local. A local conversion for this directory. RBENV shell. Ooh. RBENV init. Okay. Okay. RBENV shell. Cat. Let me just cat the Z profile right now. Okay, wait, let me restart the terminal session. RBNV shell. No shell specific version configured. RBNV shell 2.7.2. RBNV shell. RBNV local. And global. Okay. Now, just to confirm that I understand how the shell works, if I do it again, yep, okay, so it does only persist for one. Perfect. Plus RBNV shell 2.7.2, and then install the desired gem install. Okay, now I just go gem install ultrahook. Please, let's be the end of the video. I can't take this anymore. I need to go to bed. This is an unnecessarily long video. Motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Okay. Ultrahook -H. Ultrahook GitHub. Okay. Alright. I'm beat, boys. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should just quit. No, I'm not gonna quit, but I think I'm gonna quit Ultrahook. I think this is... No, wait, why is it... Oh no, it's that same, it's the thing I said about earlier. Where, fuck, okay. Alright. Gem uninstall. Gem uninstall Ultrahook. Okay, brew gem uninstall ultra hook. Didn't realize I still had that installed. Okay, now let's try this. Let me confirm the shell. Let's install ultra hook again on 2.7.2. Good thing I caught that as reading from 3.4.0. Okay, ultra hook. Okay, moment of truth. Clear ultra hook -h. Hallelujah. Whoo. Okay, I'm so glad that worked. I would have cried otherwise. All right, we'll get back to this tomorrow, but now at least when we get to it tomorrow, we know how we can begin testing these webhooks by redirecting it to our URL, right? Our local host URL, which will just be a simple. I'll probably just do something in FastAPI super quick live, like just convert. Honestly, I might just chat GPT it and like convert the script to a little FastAPI script. Should be pretty easy, I think. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. All right. I think that's the end of the video. Thank you guys. Have a great one. Bye. This was much longer than expected. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye.